But yeah. I'll talk to my mom. They're just, Hi there, it's Mark Sebastian, the founder of Option Pit, and this is the Vol Report. Reminder, this is for education purposes only, shouldn't be considered investment advice. Options have risk. Consult your financial professional if you have questions. So here we are, and we're off on President Trump saying he's not satisfied with the China deal, and North Korea may not happen, but to me it looks like one of the biggest fades I've seen in history. We're not getting a lot of VIX follow through. We're not getting a lot of S&P follow through. Really, it's been a whole lot of nothing all day. I have viewed this morning as an opportunity to unwind a few small long vol hedges, just take a little bit off at the periphery, because my gut says that this gets faded and we could see vol quickly drop the other way. I want to point out the Russell 2000. Take a look at IWM. It's flat. It looks like it wants to go green on the day. If IWM is going to go green, then, it's going to be very difficult for the market to really take a huge dump. And you can see the Dow, we were off nearly 20, and now we're off 9. The Dow was going to be off 200. It's off 75. So there is an underlying bid here that's starting to hit the market. And if you look at kind of what's bought, the utilities are up. Bonds are a little stronger today. If you look at kind of UUP, US dollar, it continues to be strong. That's actually putting a damper on USO. One of the things that's interesting is as the dollar gets stronger, that makes raising rates a little more difficult. And it's something because it does in fact tamper inflation. A lot of people don't always make that math, but the dollar rally tends to tamper inflation. So I'm looking at the S&P move, and I'm seeing it as maybe as much of a dollar move as it is a Trump move, because you look and the Russell 2000 is flat, about to go green. So that's something to think about. Is that this appears to be a bit of a dollar play as well. But as the dollar rallies, that's going to put a damper on bonds. It's tangential, but the dollar, a rallying dollar, a strong dollar naturally means less inflation. And that is going to be something that I think the Fed is going to have to take into account. This afternoon we do have the minutes, so expect maybe a little bit of elevated vol into that. I don't think we're going to see a lot out of that, but I'm looking at a market that looks like it wants to go green. Certainly, I think the Russell 2000 is going to go green. It has been so strong. And once the Russell 2000 goes green, I think it could pull the whole market. It's certainly going to stop any major sell-off. We're not going to see a day where the Russell's green and the Dow's off 200. It just, as much as that can happen, it's not going to happen. So areas I'm going to be looking at, be watching SMH, these chip makers. SMH has been kind of a fun one. It's been a really interesting trade. I'm going to be, looking at Ford and Apple and some of these other names, watching the financials, the industrials, all the fun ones, and then we'll play with probably some SPX today. All right, folks, if you have questions, you can email me, mark@optionpit.com, or call me 888-TRADE-01. Have a great morning.